Hello, hello again. Hey, last time we talked about our go bag, and so today we're going to talk about our survival kit. With the same thought process of the go bag, your survival kit can be whatever it is. What you consider what you're going to need for survival. Everybody's tastes are different. If you're a simple person, it may just be a little bit of dried foods. If you got a little better taste, you may buy these big packages that they sell now of all the different type of gourmet dried foods that you can do. Whatever it is, the whole thought here is to be prepared. Because the whole thing with disasters is we don't plan them, they just happen. So anyway, so let's just briefly go over this. First of all, you can see we just got a container here. Just purchased it at a local store, and they're cheap. They're anywhere from $3 to $5 with the lid. So not a lot of money. It's a perfect container because you can put a. Somebody thought a good idea was on the FedEx bags. You have the FedEx envelopes that have the plastic that you shove the FedEx envelope in. Actually, you can put that FedEx cover on there and just shove your piece of paper in there, and you can write whatever you want on there, dried goods, batteries, or whatever, so that if you have more than one bucket, you can always, if you're switching inventory around, you can pull out the paper, stick a new one in, so that it's just not, only this stuff could go in this bucket because this is what I marked it. So with the paper bag and the plastic over, like from the FedEx cover, it's perfect. You can switch out whatever you want. So again, the things, and these are just suggestions of what you may want in your emergency packet or your survival kit. First of all, what we're going to have is, and I'm going to pull this out. We have duct tape, and I'll explain as they come along. We got some rope, but let's just get to the food. First of all, what you want to keep is water. Whether it's these little bottles or you're going to keep the big 5-gallon, whatever it is, just make sure that you're rotating that water out so that it doesn't get stagnant on you. So whether it's the little bottles, these are sealed so they'll hold for a little while. If you're holding the big containers, make sure that you take care of them, that you have to disinfect them. I mean, just there's things you need to do, so make sure you pay attention to your water and that you're rotating your water out so it doesn't get stagnant on you. Peanut butter. Always a good thing. Peanut butter, it'll definitely pull you through, and it'll definitely feed you. You want this, you want to eat this with crackers, or, if you put saltines in there, they don't get stale on you. At least you can eat peanut butter and crackers along with your water. And this is mainly because you may not have access to electricity, or you may not have access to anything that you can cook on. So for the time being, until it gets you there, whether it's peanut butter, whether it's a beef stick, something that you get, it's all dried goods. You have some banana chips here, but it could be anything where it's all dried. You can open it up. You just wrap it up, and it's not that big a deal. You can reseal it with your duct tape. Duct tape, by the way, is probably the best thing in the world. And those of you who know duct tape and are familiar with duct tape, you could use it for just about anything. It's endless what you could do with this, and this is the always handy thing to do. Same thing with the rope, is that you never know when you're going to need rope. At first you'll think, what would I use rope for? But you'll be amazed once you start going, I need some rope, and just to tie things together, always a good idea. With the rope and the duct tape, you're going to need a knife to cut it with. So the X-Acto knives are kind of cool because you can, you just open it and close it as you need it, and then just put it away. It's nice and handy and safe. Everybody carries knives. Everybody uses the multi-tool, the Gerber, or anything else. Anything is over at the Leatherman. Those are all perfect. As far as food-wise go, you always want dried goods. The big suggestion here is always the brown rice and not the white rice. Why? Just for the simple reason is that this is more nutritious for you. It'll sustain you longer. And a little bit of rice goes a long way, as all you know. So this rice would feed a ton of people. And this is obviously when you have, you're able to cook, whether it's on your propane, your barbecue, or whatever you may have. Anything that runs off of that, you'll be able to at least get, you can cook some food on that. And then you have legumes. That's the other thing, lentils. Some people don't like rice, or it's anything with protein in it. Quinoa, anything that's dried, you can make up later because you want at least something to sustain yourself with. Usually, you're going to have you'll have beans and rice, which is plenty good. I mean, it's not you're not going to live on it forever. It's just going to feel like forever. But at least you won't starve. You'll be fed. We have your flashlight, and I would suggest is that you take the batteries out of your flashlight. because you all know, you've seen batteries that have gone bad in your flashlight, all of a sudden everything's corroded. You can't use the batteries anymore, and you certainly can't use the flashlight anymore. So I would suggest taking them out and then putting them together when you need it, so that you know that the batteries are good. If they're not good, you can always just replace it with another set of batteries like this. Just keep them in the package, put 2 and 2 together, and you got yourself a light. Canned goods, you know, you can have canned chicken, canned tuna. Well, the beauty of those are you can just eat them right out of the can. They're not going to last long. You can't save it, but you know, you're going to be fed. You have you have the soup cans. All these will work too. Anything you can literally eat out of the pack, even if it's cold, you're going to be okay to eat that. You have your flashlight. You have a big one. You have a little one. I would suggest you use rechargeable batteries, but if you already got a bunch of batteries, use those up. Anything works. It's just about being prepared. Obviously, you have your essentials here. You have your toothpaste, and then you have your utensils here. You might want to get plastic utensils. If you're going to need steel, use them for basically to anything that you need to open with. Like you have your can opener here. So you got your can opener. So you want to make sure that's steel. You can't open anything with plastic. We have our face mask here in case the air is not really wherever you are. You might have dust in the air depending on what the emergency is or what happened with a disaster. But you want to keep maybe some mask around, extra socks, extra blankets, extra things of that nature. Put all that in a plastic bag. Keep it all together. There's those vacuum bags that you can actually stick all your blankets in, put a vacuum bag on it, it'll suck all the air out, and it actually smashes down. So literally everything can be stacked, and it's all there for you. A lot of people will tell you to cover your supplies and then go ahead and seal it. I would suggest you don't, because if you seal it and you want to rotate something, you're going to have to cut it back open, redo it, reseal it. So I would just suggest that the lid just be on tight. And since everything is in packages, nothing has been broken open, you should be fine. The whole idea behind this is just so in case, depending on where you live, you don't want animals going in and eating your supply of food. Again, like I mentioned with the Go Bag, it's all about preparedness. It's not about customizing it. You do whatever you want with it. Nobody can really tell you what you need. You know what you need. Don't let anybody else convince you anything different. Customize it to your taste. If you just like beans and rice, just get beans and rice. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you need to keep an extra can of propane just so that in cases like this, there's a lot of campers out here in Oregon. So, your camping equipment, use all that to cook with. But just with the last word again, it's surviving, it's getting home, it's staying home, it's being safe. We just want you to be safe. We want you to be prepared and ready for the next disaster. So, just think about it, make a list, go out shopping. It doesn't all have to be done at one time, but just put it together. Not just for yourself, but be accountable for your family and the livelihood of your family. Thank you so much. Take care.